All right, we'll give it a second. We'll give it a minute. Everybody log in. Jump on in. All right, we'll give it a second. We'll give it a minute. Everybody log in. Jump on in. Okay. All right, we'll give it 30 more seconds. And then we'll start. All right. Let's get going. All right, everyone. Welcome to the live session, May 21st, Wednesday. And yeah, let's go. So last time we were on, we were saying buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Obviously today dipped really hard. Now is that a buy? Well, let's review all this. Okay. Go. All right. So remember our short here area? What happens here short here and we busted through? Okay. Well, we busted through that area and we came up to our target. Here we hit 5,900, we hit 5,985. Okay. And we're in this channel. We're in this channel here. Okay, and today we fell out of that channel. So we fell out of that channel today. And we're creating this little kind of slump kind of thing right here, like an inverted cup. Okay, so that's not essentially good, right? We want to go up sideways. This is up sloping back down. Okay, now if tomorrow we come all the way back up to 59.50, maybe that will be straightening out. That's a possibility. Now, but considering that we're outside of our channel, right? We're so near that what happens here short, that I feel like we're gonna back test this zone right here. This zone, I feel like we're gonna back test this zone. Back test the 200 SMA, back test the 100 SMA. I feel like we're gonna back test all that at 5,800. If we back test that, maybe if it's crazy enough, we touch that 5750, but we come back up and then we set up and then we go to this area of targets. Okay, that's my thought process of what's gonna happen. We could take a look at 4 hour here, and we could see that slumpness, right? we see like up, sideways, and then we down, and then up, and then slumped over. Okay. So a couple of reasons why here, like I'm really short. I'm short. Is because number one, we lost that channel. Okay. Number two, we're going, steady buying the dip. Okay, bought the dip, and then here, this dip couldn't break through the channel, and then sold off hard and broke these lows. Okay, so we broke these lows on the 4-hour chart. Okay, we're still holding a main low on the daily chart right here at what happens next, right? So that's what I think. We come back and test this area, hold it, and then come back over. On the 4-hour, we are below the RSI 50. Momentum is down. Stochastics are down. So this is telling me more down. Okay, so I think that I would love to see us get it this week. I don't want to see us do some more chop this week. Because essentially that's what we've been doing all week is chopping. We've been chopping sideways, then up, then chopping sideways, down, and then up, then chopping sideways. Okay, then we're down, and then we're rejected, and now we're down. So let's take a look at the 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. Kind of same thing. We had that big drop, and then we had that V bottom. Right, we bought is a buy, and then here we had that big drop too, all the way back to that same V, but it bounced before that, rejected the channel, and then dropped out, and now kind of making this little slopey thing. I don't think that if we do come back up, I don't think we get past this 59. Or 58, 98, 5900. I think we reject there and then continue more down into the zone. But I don't even think we get that way. I don't even think we go that way. I think we just maintain this resistance here. I think we maintain this resistance here and we come back to this area. And this area is a buy the dip area. That's where I want to buy the dip. Okay. Today, we had that hard sell off because of the yields in the bond markets. And, I feel like we're going to come here. We're going to settle there. And then we're going to get that euphoria again all the way back up. And then from there, I think it's going to happen all again. And I think we need to, judge that when we get there. But I think that's going to be a short-term top at least. Something like what we're doing now. So, that's what I'm anticipating. As to the price action. The price action, I said last week, we had our wave 1, we had our wave 2, and we're in our wave 3. Okay. And I said double the size, right? So essentially, we thought it was going to be higher, but on SPY it was signaling that was double. This one signaled a little higher, but we could imagine it's double here. Okay, and that pullback is going to come back at least to this moving averages, maybe a little bit more, then turn around, and then we go for that wave 5, and that wave 5 should be around. What did I have it at? Right here. That's 61 to 6200. That should be our wave 5 there. So we come back here, pull back, load up, then we come here, and then load out. Right. All right. So that's my anticipation of what the markets are going to do, of what ES is going to do, what SPY, QQQ, and NASDAQ are going to do. So keep that in mind. That's what I see. Okay. We could see on the hourly. Okay, on the hourly here, You got RSI below 50. Okay. Okay, we're curling up right now after hours, but just taking away that low RSI, and then tomorrow we'll see if we continue down. Stochastics are nowhere's land right now. Okay. Big volume, trending down. So right now, I still feel like we're gonna head lower on here. Okay, my anticipation of this lower is gonna be most likely something like this. So we're gonna be something like this, where we drop down here, maybe bounce a little, then chop around for a little bit and set up, and then we go break around. So essentially, yeah, we're gonna have a pullback, a nice pullback, but again, it's gonna be the fourth wave, and the fourth wave could take a little bit, but you know, these waves have been going pretty fast. You know, these waves have been going pretty fast. So wave 1 was only 1 week. Wave 2 was 1 week. Wave 3 was 2 weeks. Maybe 2.5 weeks. Wave 4, I'm anticipating it's only going to be 1 to 1.5 weeks. And then that's it. And then I think the wave 5 is going to be 1 to 1.5 weeks, and that's it. So these are going to go pretty fast. So the pullback, let it happen this week. Okay, maybe we go into it a little bit next week. Chop around, maybe hang out there, and then set up for the following weeks. And I think that's gonna be. Let's see. Okay, so this week, okay, we chop around, and then it's Memorial Day. Okay, so when we sell off tomorrow and Friday, or we just chop around Friday, and I think by the end of the month, we could get a nice little rally on there. It's gonna be either the end of the month or the beginning of the month of June. Okay, that we're gonna get that rally on. So it could be that we pull back tomorrow and the next day. Today, tomorrow, the next day. Chop around, and then into chop around next week too, and then because it's a short week, and then in June, in the beginning of June into June, then we make that nice rally, strong rally up, and then we make that new high, and then we see if we fall off from that new high, or if we could take that new high out, and then hold it, and then set up for a new setup for a new high, new higher high, okay, or a new rally high, okay. Okay, so that's ES. Okay, now we go into SPY. All right, SPY. Okay, so same concept. We see that, we're wave 1, wave 2. This is our wave 3, the longest wave. And it is definitely longer than the first wave. Okay, and then we're outside of the channel. Okay, we've lost the channel today. So we lost the channel today. We couldn't get back above. I wanted to see if we made an indecision candle, but we didn't. We just made a falling off candle. So we fell off the channel. Okay, and then my anticipation is we go to 580.45. Okay, that's first support. Okay, that's what support was here. All right, we go there. And then from there, I want to see us back test 575 to 570. 575 to 576. Okay, this is going to be the moving average, the 200 SMA and the 100 SMA. If we could come back and test those and hold them, that's going to be a very good indication that we're going to hold there and we're going to rally on up. Okay, now I know that there's a large gap right here. So what could happen is we could sell off real hard, okay, real hard, okay, into this gap at 569, 570. Okay, the gap is about 567.50. So we could sell off real hard all the way back down here. Okay, and then turn around, and then come back and close above 575, 565. Okay, that would be a huge day if that happens. A huge day. Okay, that'd be a huge monstrous day because it has to do it in the same day, or if it doesn't do it in the same day, it has to do it the next day. So if we sell off all the way down here and we close, the next day has to gap up and rally up very strongly. So either it rallies up the first candle, it drops off and rallies up the same candle, or we drop off, sell off, and the next candle we rally up straight up hard. Okay. Either way, it's either 1 or 2 days. It's going to rally up really hard. It's going to sell off really hard and rally up really hard. So that gives you two opportunities right there. So opportunities is number one, short it. Okay. Short it. You could either short it to 576, 577, or 576, 575, or you could take the risk and see if it goes to try to gap fill at 568, 567.50. And if it does that, you hit those areas, while everybody's freaking out, you could switch it up, turn it into calls, and then see if it turns around really hard and reverses, or the next day pops up and reverses and goes up really strongly and gets back that 575. If we do get back that 575 and 576, or we hold that 575 and 576, this is almost going to guarantee us that we're going here for that wave 5. Okay, we might consolidate a little bit, maybe 1, 2 days, 3 days, but it's setting up that we go here on, say, a weekly chart. Okay, so here's a weekly chart. So we have a nice rally. Okay, a pullback on the weekly chart. So this pullback here, and the next week consolidate here, is going to set up for a nice weekly chart. And then we rally up, the week after or whatnot. It's going to be a nice pop to the highs. Okay. So that's my thinking. That's my anticipation. Do I think it's going to be the top? I don't know. We're going to have to see. We had that nice candle last month, and we're having that confirmation this month. But we're going to see where this candle ends. We have to have it end above 567.75, which is exactly where that gap is. So that's going to be a big thing, right? That gap. If we go test it or we go close it, we're going to be exactly where we need to close above. So that's going to be a little risky, right? So I still think that we're going to go higher, but I do think it's going to pull back. I think those things are going to happen in the market. That's just how the market is. Nothing goes straight up as nothing goes straight down. We go down, then we go up a little, and then we went down. Went up, down, up, up. Now we're going to come down, then we're going to up. Okay? Same thing here. Go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? Market doesn't move in just one way. Even though it's been strong, we need to anticipate, okay, it's time for a pullback. That's fine. Market's been rallying, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. Okay? That's good. That's strong. But we need to say, all right, pull back. Let these people take profits. Okay? Let us get in. And then we'll rally up back up here to that 513 area. And then we'll take some profits. Okay? Then we'll take a lot of profits. All right? So that's what I'm anticipating in the markets. Well, at least in SPY. Okay? You can see how this slopey pattern I don't like. We'll go to the 4-hour chart. Okay. So if I draw this channel here, it still shows we fell out of the channel. Okay, even if I draw a tighter channel, this is a super tight channel. Okay, now unless we do something like this and we come back inside, that's it. We're outside the channel, which I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna come back inside. I think we're just gonna fall down. Okay, we got a squeeze firing to the downside on SPY. Got stochastics going down. We got RSI down. Okay, we have large volume down. Okay, I think we still go down. All right, now, but I don't think we go down forever. So if you have long calls, a couple months out, month out, 2 months out, they could still be fine. It depends on how long it takes for this pullback. And I'm thinking it's only going to take a week and a half max. Okay, so that's what I see. I don't know if we fill that whole gap, but I do believe that we come back here to 575. Okay, we see that price action. Okay, I gotta take some caffeine. Sorry about that. So here we go. I mean, whenever you gap over moving averages like this, 9 out of 10 times, you're gonna come back and test it to make sure you're strong enough to hold these moving averages. So if we come back, we hold these, great. We set up, we continue on. We lose these in a big candle, like just limit down day, like crazy day, selling off. We know it's going to be hitting this 20 SMA at 570 or this gap fill and at 576. Now, whichever one you want to take it at, that's fine. When you want to leave runners, that's fine. But know that once we get here, if we see any kind of strength, it's going to be extremely fast because they don't want to turn around and then let you get in. It's going to hit, turn, and fire up. Now, if it does that and we get back above here, that's going to tell you, okay, 600 is coming easy. 590 is coming easy. Okay, if we get back over 575, we're going to come back at least to this area. And then we're going to break at least that area, and we'll at least hit 600. We'll at least get that much higher than we are now. Because we've only got to, 595? We'll at least get to 600 if we get back above 575, 576 area. So just know that. That's almost, I don't want to say guaranteed because, trading is no guarantee, but it's almost guaranteed that if we fall down, we do all that, whatever we said, we hold that 575, 576 area, and we hold it, and we make like one of these candles right here. It's almost like the next week we're gonna be back over here, in like three, 4 candles we'll be back over here, maybe even 2. Okay, because the wave 5 is the fastest. It's the fastest wave. And that's the one that makes people chase because they missed out on the buy. So here, short it is, I'm money short everything I can till we get here. And then once that happens, take our profits and then buy it up for that pop. We get to that 600, 610, whatever it is. We take those profits off because they're going to be quick and fast. And then we reevaluate and see what the market is and the market environment. Because right now, first, the market environment was extremely strong, right? We look back at it. We have a huge candle. What did this trigger? This triggered what? From bond prices, right? That triggered that. We came back about 50%, a little bit more. And then what? Gap up, run. Gap up, run. Gap up, pull back. And then what do we do? Run, gap up, run. And now what happened? Triggered again. Some yield bond market. So then that's any what? Tell us, okay, now we're pulling back. How much pullback? It's going to be in this general zone. So we're getting in this general zone. We didn't have a candle like this. So we're gonna maybe get some kind of candle that's gonna get pretty strong intraday. And then once we get that area, we come back up because there's gonna be something else that triggers that. And then we're gonna get that pop up to that 600 or 610 area, maybe even more. But 600 is minimum, and 610 is a previous high, like 613, I believe. 613 previous high. So if we could get that and maybe double tops there and then we fall back down, it doesn't matter, because as long as we're buying at 575, any push past 590 going to 600 or even 610, it's going to make us really good money. It'll make us really good money. It will make us faster money. I've made faster money than I have on wave 3. Okay? Why? Because it's so fast. Wave 3, it takes, 2.5 weeks. Maybe it takes even longer sometimes. But a wave 5 goes extremely fast in a short amount of time. So those options that you get in a short amount of time, I'm not saying like same day. You can get same day, but I'm not saying to get all same day. But at shorter time, meaning like less than a month, those options are going to go fast, make you more money than you will with options that are 2-3 months out. Okay, so that's my perspective there. See, this area of resistance here is basically what we hit. We hit that, which it's like, okay, it tried knocking on the door, and it didn't want to open. So it's pulling back. It's getting some more friends, seeing if it could break it down. So if we break it down and we get back in 600, that's the minimum we'll get. If they reject us there, we fall out. Okay, we know. Okay, it's time to short. It's time to short. Okay, if we get in, we hit 600, and then we get all the way to 613, and then they knock us down. It's gonna knock us down to 600, and we're gonna be inside that cycle again, and we're gonna see, okay, what are we doing now? What kind of choppiness are we in now? Okay, so this is my thinking of price action, of what it's creating, and the markets. And also another thing is, I said where the area that we were supposed to short at, right? This area, the purple line that we're supposed to short at. Remember, we said, okay, that's a hard resistance area. That's where we rejected last time. We're gonna short right there. Okay, now we got inside of it, right? We got inside of that. So now we're going to come back and test that area because we're getting rejected halfway through. This is halfway of this area. So we come back to test that bottom of the area that we got in, which is also going to be the moving averages, and that short here, what happens here. So this is all pointing to this area, 576, 575 area. Okay, if it dips more, it could happen, but if it does dip more, it's gonna get bought up really fast. Okay, but if it just hits there and holds, then there's my other idea of, if it hits here and holds, and we set up and we go here, and we go higher to 600, and maybe a little bit more, then my idea of getting a double top increases. Why? Because we have a huge gap down here. So if we hit here and we stop, and we turn around and go higher, and we hit the 613, my idea of the double top increases because of the large gap. Now, if we sell off really hard, and we go and we gap fill, and then we turn around and then we rally up, then my idea of a double top isn't as strong because, we do have a gap below down here. But that large gap, that huge gap that the markets don't like to leave, massive gaps like this, that one's gone. So the littler gaps doesn't really pull that much. You could get it later, but the larger gaps like this one, from 567 all the way to 577, that's a $11 gap, not a $10 gap, $10 gap. So the market's gonna want that $10 of buy orders. There's buy orders right there in all that area. So the market's gonna want that money. So if it doesn't get it now, it's gonna hit this and it's gonna get it later. So that's my thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Is okay. We get here, we hold it, we rally. Okay, possibility of double top increases highly. So here we're gonna be shorting. Okay. If not, we do sell off really hard. We fill those gaps. Possibility of getting a double top here decreases a lot. And we might be breaking out all-time highs because we're filling that. We're taking that money before we run it. See, if we don't take that money before we run it, we're going to run it, get rejected, and then come back to get that money. Okay? That money's there waiting. But where do we get it? Do we get it before we rally or after? We're going to get it sooner or later. That's too big of a gap. Massive gap there. And if we're right here, it makes no sense why we can't just grab it. Because the market's going to want that. Okay. All right. That's my idea of SPY, QQQ. Okay. I mean, SPY and ES. All right. NASDAQ. Okay. NASDAQ, same thing. It fell out of the channel right here. Fell out of the channel. See, NASDAQ, it has more of a structure though. Whereas SPY and ES, they're kind of like sloping over. NASDAQ has more of a flat structure, more of a bull flag. Okay, so it looks a lot more healthy. Looks like a lot more healthy, but we did still fall out of the channel, but it's not sloping over. Okay. I don't feel like okay, this one, I mean, we're still in a wave 3. But see, this wave 4 is really close. It's really close. If anything, I think it's right. It's right at 20,700. So I don't see it possibly coming back to the moving averages. I think it's too strong. It might, don't get me wrong. Let me see. They messed up my drawing tool. There we go. Okay. So this looks a lot more healthier than SPY and ES. But again, it's outside its channel. Okay. If it comes back and hits the channel, rejects, then we could come back easily. Come back here. And again, this is a strong bull flag right here. This is a strong bull flag here. I'll change that color so you can see it better. Okay, I'll just do purple. This is a strong bull flag. Okay, now this bull flag, you could easily come back down here to 20,776, hold it, and it's still going to be a strong bull flag. And these are still going to be its targets, 22,200 to 22,500. So these ones look a lot more healthy than ES but again, there's not a huge gap on this one. There's a little tiny gap. Markets don't like huge gaps. This one's a little bigger, but this one's smaller. This one's only a few. It's only a smaller gap. So not that big of a deal. NASDAQ, if it does pull back as much, it'll probably pull back around here and then come back and bounce it up. Let's check out the lower time frames. See, you see how more structured it is, it's in this box and it's kind of staying in this box. It hasn't broken the low. Well, it has slightly, but it hasn't broken the low like SPY and ES has. So it's a little more stronger. Still in the box, kind of. Okay, at least it is now. So this one's still a little stronger. But if we do come back, it's going to hold in this general area right here, right where it's 20,800, 20,000. I mean, 20,800 to 20,700 area. I think it holds there. And then, these are going to be the targets. So, not as bad. Not as bad. Okay, it's just kind of this box here. Okay, not as bad as ES and SPY at all. So, with this one, let me see here. If it comes back, probably comes back at 21,228. Okay, and sees if it could get past that. If it can't, then comes back down. But in order to get back into the channel, it needs to come all the way back up to 21,450, or probably by tomorrow it's 21,500. So it has to pretty much do. It has to do a bullish engulfing of this candle to get back into this channel. I don't think that's going to happen. I still think that overall markets are going to come down. This one probably be a little stronger than overall markets, but we'll see. Anything can happen with tech, and any news or anything could have a quick drop and pop. Okay. All right. Let's go into the Qs. Okay, so the Qs. So NASDAQ looks strong. The Qs, they're. Oh, what am I doing? What do I do there? Okay. Let me fix that for you. Sorry, I got fat fingers. All right, the Qs here. Okay, a little different. Okay, so right here that looks strong sideways. Okay, it looks strong there. But on the Qs, it's showing rejection of the previous high, which was on was that Monday? Monday's high. It rejected that same high, but it didn't reject it and just gap down and buy up. It rejected it and sold off hard, and made a basically inverted hammer. No, actually no. I'm sorry. A topping tail candle. Topping tail candle right underneath the channel. So now tomorrow, this tells us what happens. If this continues to fall, then we're gonna fall, and we have support on Qs at 505. Okay, that's this previous candle support. It's 505. And if we lose that 505, we go 500. Okay, we go 500. I'm not sure if we're going to go all the way down to the purple line because the Qs are stronger. But if we do lose 505, we do go 500, 498. That's going to be our area that we're looking to buy at on the Qs. If we do drop hard, we do on 498, 500 area. If it's some place that we get super selling and we do make it to 493 or 494, 495 area, because that's exactly where the moving averages are. That's where the 100 SMA is. That's where the 20 SMA is. And that's where the 20 SMA is. They're all intertwining right there at 494. So if we get right there, the gap fill's a little bit lower, but I don't think we'll get that gap fill in there. I think we get close if it sells off to this area. But I think all those moving averages hold, and I think that's the area to buy. and then we turn around and we go 535, 540. We go 535, 540. These are going to be the targets. The high target would be 550, but that's only if we get a lot of juice out of that. We'll get to that 550. So, basically, look, if you want to be short the market, SPY is looking better to short. QQQ, looking a little stronger. So I'd rather be in SPY. But then again, there's other stocks or ETFs that look worse, like IWM, right? IWM rejected here. We already lost that low. We're already coming into a gap fill here. So this one could come into losing that 20 SMA, or actually here, back testing this. We come into back testing this area. So this could retest 200 again. So I guess that doesn't look so bad. Not so bad. But if this does get back inside of this channel, that's going to be real bad. Because we just got out of that channel. And then falling back inside of it, going to be no good. No good at all. That's going to be terrible for that industry. Terrible. Okay, so IWM and DIA kind of have the same price action. We kind of called this here on DIA. We said it was gonna come to that same area, 429, 430, and kind of make this inverse head and shoulders. So we hit that 2 days ago, and now it's coming back down to make that inverse head and shoulders. So DIA is going to fall at least to the gap fill, which is going to be 415. So $3 less than it is now. So it's going to fall back there. It might even fall back a little bit more. And then it could curve around. And then once it curves around, this area here, this could be a very nice inverse head and shoulders. So here's a gap fill. Okay. Here's a gap fill. I think it comes out a little bit lower, maybe 410, 411. Okay, and then it turns. And so it's going to take like a week, a couple days to a week to come down here and then turn it up. Consolidate, turn it up, and then from there we make an inverse head and shoulders, and then wherever it is from there we pop it off from 430, and then DIA could be a monster. Could be a monster. I mean, this one could set up to be a very good monster. It had a big drop from 450 all the way to 360. Okay, almost 100 points. Okay, now it's setting up. That inverse head and shoulders could take it right back to 450. That would be the high target. 438 would be the first target. So if you get in at below 415 and set up for a breakout at 430 or 420, 428 to 430, and you get, say, some 435 calls, some long swings, then you could definitely make some good money on this. And this is going to push out BA and a lot of airlines as well. So, opportunity, right? Opportunities. Good opportunities here. I like this, actually. I like this a lot. So, coming to mind, we have this double top right here. We have this double top here. I'll just extend this. We have the double top here. Drop Okay, and now we have that inverse head and shoulders building. Okay, that building, turn around and go. We have a very good setup right there. So I'll be watching this in the next couple of weeks because DIA looks good for that inverse head and shoulders after that drop off. And let me check out the okay. 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 Still watch it. Doesn't look as great on the monthly and weekly, but we need to see more time because we don't know when this breaks out. This could easily break out at the end of the month, and then that monthly candle looks different. The weekly candle this week, it could look however it wants to look like, right? That weekly candle could look however it wants to, and then next week we could have an engulfing candle that just eats it all up. So that's a very good possibility. So I'd be watching that. I'd keep that on your watch list as well. Okay. All right. Let's get into some stocks here. Okay. LW. Okay. What is LW? LW. All right. Looks like I did some work on this before. Let's just clear that out. Okay. Okay. LW. Okay. Not really seeing it. I'm not really seeing it too much. I think it still has room down. You got some support here. But not showing nothing yet. Okay. 20 SMA acting as resistance on the weekly. Okay. It's a struggle bus to keep over the 50 SMA. That's never good. If it's struggling to keep above the 50 SMA, then that's no good. It shows weak stock. Weak stock. Has a squeeze forming on it, but you know, it has multiple squeezes and it just can't follow through. Can't follow through. It can't follow through on the upside at least. It could follow through on the downside. Okay, what does this look like to me? It just looks like consolidation, honestly. It's consolidating stock. And it has a lot of room to consolidate as well. So, I'll give it to you quick and simple. Okay, grab it a little lower, right there. Perfect. Okay. Okay, there's your top, there's your bottom. These are your outliers. It tried to break out here, came back inside, try to hold its head above water, and then failed, came back inside. Same thing here, we've dropped off, came back inside, tried to take off. Nope. This is consolidation. You're going to stick in between here. There's your middle line. So you're going to have your upper range, your lower range. So you try to hold above the upper range, or it's going to hold below the lower range. But so far, it's consolidation. You're going to be stuck in this consolidation. So this is your upper range. This is your lower range. You got your consolidation is the squeeze. But this isn't showing me anything as it's going to break out or break down. It's showing me that it's going to chop around. So you don't want to be in that. It's going to chop around for a while. Okay. Okay. MicroStrategy. All right. MicroStrategy has just honestly just been chilling in this consolidation here. Okay. It's just been chilling in this consolidation. Just killing premium. And you know what? A lot of stocks that are expensive like this do that. Because they have big moves. But before they have big moves, you know, they'll chop around for a while. Let's see. Does this one like to chop around too much? I see some chopping around. Okay, chopping around. Kind of a nice little trend here. But even in this trend, it kind of chopped around a bit as well. Because I remember being in this trend. Okay, and it still chopped around. Okay, here, this is chop. Okay, here, this is mad chop. Okay, so, here's the thing, you know, I tried to play this last week, this week. It just didn't work out. It doesn't want to break that 120. I mean, 420. So that 420, it needs a break. So actually that 426 needs a break. So here's the thing. You want to buy it near 400, near 390, 400, 390. Look at that. 20 SMA is 395. And then you want to sell it near 425 until it decides it wants to break out. Right now, it's not doing that. Okay, here's your chop fest right here. Up near here, sell off. Up down here, buy. Okay. So it's still no man's land until it wants to break out. It's not going to break out until the markets give it the go. So let me take a look at that real quick. And let's see. RSI's below 50. Okay. Okay, let me see if hourly we had that bearish divergence on it. Nothing's telling me anything right now. I mean, sure, it's up after hours, but is it going to hold? I don't know. But as of right now, stuck in this box. And if you know MicroStrategy, then you know if you first of all, the options are expensive. If they're expensive options, then you're gonna get eaten every day. Every day that this doesn't move, you could buy this on Tuesday for like $8, and then and not doing anything, and then today it's like $4, right? You're losing that much money if it doesn't do anything, and it's been 2 days, and that's because they're expensive, and then the time decay is gonna be high. So in stocks like these, you want them to go. You want them to break out in order for that time decay to offset the delta, right? The delta to offset that time decay. Right now, it's not doing that. It's staying mid-range between 406. That's the mid-range. That's the mid-range. And it's staying there. So what is it doing? Chopping your premium up on the upside when it pretends to break out, and then it comes back down, okay, and then you get it on the down, you get it up here, maybe double down, you buy some more, and then what comes back down, stays in the mid-range, and then you get chopped, and your premium gets eaten up. So this is just eating premium right now, and that's fine because there's nothing wrong with that. Because it's consolidating sideways. It's not doing anything. It's just going sideways. It might be eating your premium, but it's finding new buyers in a stock manner. There's nothing wrong with that essentially because it's just eating premium that are here. Let me clear all this out. It's eating short-term premium. Okay. But in the long run, this looks beautiful. Because look at that weekly chart. It looks beautiful, right? So in the short term, last week, this week, it's eating premium. It's going, it's not cool, but after this sets up and it takes off, it's not going to be eating premium anymore. It's going to be giving a lot of premium. So let it do what it wants to do right now. And once it breaks out of 430, 431, then we could jump into short-term premium and let it feed us. But right now, it's just eating premium. It's just eating all that premium. So that's my 2 cents on it. I got out of it because I was waiting for it to break. I thought the markets were going to break. But after today, I saw the markets drop. I said, all right, we got to get out of these things. Because especially the premium eaters, you got to get out of them. The Teslas, the MicroStrategies, the Netflix, all those top data eating stocks. Whenever the market decides to flip a switch, you got to get out of them because they're gonna hurt you the most. They're gonna hurt you the most. They're gonna cut your account in half if you're not careful, if not more. Okay, all right, Nvidia. Okay, so Nvidia, we were targeting that 141 level before earnings, but we got to was it 138, 137.40. So we got a couple dollars short of it. Okay, so again, this is our wave 3. Okay, we didn't quite get there. So Nvidia, I have the pullback as 128.26 and 123. Okay, and we have a gap fill right here at 123. So 123 and 128. So if we sell off, we have our 200 SMA right here at 125 and 123. Okay. So again, this is a rejection candle off a new high. So that means what? What does that mean? That means we had a false breakout today. So we had a breakout here at 136.35. We broke out, rejected it, sold off all the way down, closed near the low of the day. That's a false breakout rejection with a topping tail. This is not a good candle. It could say whatever it wants that it's after hours, but this is not a good candle to see. Unless this comes up and does all this and breaks out again, this candle is ugly, and we're most likely going to 128, maybe 123. Okay. So let's look at the 4 hour, and we could see that. We could see that easy. Now we can see that easily on the 4 hour chart, right? We broke out, strong candle breakout, and then what do we have here? A bearish engulfing candle, way bigger than the breakout candle. So this completely negated our breakout. All right. So I thought we were breaking out too, man. I thought we were breaking out a lot of things, And then, the market came by and said, no, gotcha. This is a wave 4. We're coming back down. And that's fine. Okay. Sometimes you get caught with your pants down. That's okay. That's okay. That's trading. What do? We identify the market environment. The market environment changed. Right, we were buying the dip easily, and now it's like, okay, now we're gonna pull it back until it's buy the dip again. Then we do that until that changes again. So here we are. Okay, this one, false breakout, 136, false breakout. Right, we had it here. We just tested again, got it good, then sold off, and now we're. If you want to know if this is bullish or not, if it's below 132 tomorrow, it's not. It's going down to 128. Okay? 132 is a very solid level. If we are not above that tomorrow, If we can't hold that, we can open above that easy. But if we don't hold that and we just fall off, it's going down 128, 128, and if that doesn't hold, 123. Okay, so stochastics aren't ready. RSI is below 50. What else? Same thing. Stochastics aren't ready. RSI is below 50. After hours really don't mean nothing. So again, even if we're here above 132 by the market bell, if that doesn't hold, we fall off, then anticipate 128. That's a $4 move too. So if we get up here and you think, hey, it's gonna drop, 128 puts for this Friday wouldn't be so bad, right? 128, 129, 130 puts, it wouldn't be so bad. Okay. So if that happens, that could be a possible play. Could be a possible play. All right. So buyer here or here. It could even go to the 200 SMA and then come back here. But I'm thinking if we sell off the next 2 days and there's a hard selling, whether it's tomorrow because of numbers or whatnot, I think if we pass this, we're going to 123, and 123 would bounce. If we come all the way back down here to 118, now that's crazy. But if we do, then I think I would be more inclined to play earnings if it came all the way back down to 118 and then came back up. Why? Because it's filling the gap. It's filling the gaps. There's another gap down here, but I would say if it passes this and comes here and then comes back down up here, I'd be more inclined to play those earnings. But as of right now, I think it's a short. Okay. All right. Next one, NEM. All right, NEM. All right. This one. What is this one again? Gold, copper, silver. Okay. So, let me grab this. There we go. All right, let's clear this out. Go here. All right. So we have this possible cup and handle on it, right? All right, cup and handle on it. So, I mean, that's what you got. You got a cup, handle, chopping around. If you want to be long this, you could be long it, but it's still consolidating. It's still not ready to go. Maybe it's ready to go in the next week or two. Maybe in the next, in the next week or two, maybe. But otherwise, it's a large cup and handle with a large bull flag. On the monthly, these are higher time frame patterns, so they're gonna take longer term to play out. So this is gonna take a few weeks to play out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Okay, that's only like a month because we only have one candle on the monthly. So it might take another 3, 4, 5 weeks. Okay, but it looks good. So long term, looks good. Long term looks good. It just broke its 20 SMA. So looks good, but I think it's a longer term play. So you want to get long it? That's cool. Okay. Okay. GLD. Okay, GLD. All right, so GLD hit all my targets there. It's inside this channel here. Now, this is the thing with GLD. These are monthly candles. And on the monthly, you know, it's a little tired. It's just consolidating a bit. Okay. On the weekly, you can see it's making a bull flag here. It's making a bull flag here on the weekly. But it's still not ready. I don't know if it's ready to break out, but I think it is going to stay inside of here. And you are on the lower end of the box. Okay, and I think you're going to go to the mid target at least. That's a mid target, 308. So I think you do go here, and maybe you could get above there, but I don't know how long you're going to stay in between these two areas. It looks good though. I mean, is it long? Yeah. Is it consolidating healthy? Yes. Is it ready to break out? 318? No. No. Not at all. Okay. Okay, SLV. Okay, next one. So, SLV. Okay, SLV. All right. So, let me clear out all this stuff. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me just clear out this, 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 this. Move that there. Actually, let me move that here. Okay. Okay. Then grab that. Grab that there. Okay. So GLD. Nice bull flag on the daily. Okay. RSI above 50. Moving up. Squeeze just fired off today. So we got a nice squeeze that fired off today. We have two nice candles on the daily showing good volume. Okay. Volume is increasing steadily. We have increase in volume here, increase in volume here, increase in volume even more here. So increase in volume. Okay, that's good, especially from a low volume standpoint. Okay, a breakout point at 30. Okay, with increasing volume. That's showing good signs that it's going to break out with a squeeze firing up already. Stochastics moving up. RSI above 50. This one looks like it wants to break out. This one looks like it wants to break out. And once it breaks out, target would be 31. Okay. 31.50. 32. 30, 33. 34. This one looks like it has room. Why? Because we have that weekly breakout, we have that monthly breakout, and then we have this previous old breakout. So at least 32 looks possible. I like 31 and 32 as targets. And the next, if we break out, which I think we will, we also have a squeeze on the weekly. RSI above 50. Stochastics going up. Looks good. Well, the monthly, we have that nice monthly bull flag right here set up. If we break out, we could essentially have this run to 34 and more. So to be honest, this is a nice long-term play as gold has been running and running. Silver has been lagging. So I think that it's gonna catch up, because that's what silver is always slower than gold. Okay. Sometimes they run together, sometimes, but typically silver is slower than gold. Okay. So as we set up here, it has a nice bullish setup on the monthly. Okay. On the weekly, has that nice setup. And then on the daily, has that nice setup that is about to break out. Whether that be tomorrow, it could be tomorrow that it breaks out. You know, volume, you see the volume right here, it's ever increasing. So it's increasing steadily. Squeeze firing up. RSI barely left 50. It's at what, 58 right now. It has room to go. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. Looking at all those things, I was like, okay, that could be in the world of falling stocks and everything just plummeting. I was looking at silver like, okay, how's this working out here? It looks good. Everything else looks good. Entire thing looks good. I said that could be a play, at least for calls. Okay. All right. That's silver. Okay. All right. GS, Goldman Sachs. All right, Goldman Sachs. Not liking it. Not liking it at all. Okay. So look at this sloping. Remember this sloping action I said about SPY and about a couple stocks that I didn't like before with the bearish sloping action here. Remember I said NASDAQ and NASDAQ was straight, and I like that a lot. This is sloping. This is tired. This shows me tired, you know? Like you're at your desk and you're sloping. You're tired. You're not up straight focused, right? This is sloping. So this look like, it looks like a pyramid, right? It looks like a pyramid. And that's what I call these. I call them a pyramid top. You call them a pyramid top, a teepee top, whatever. But it looks like a pyramid to me. And so I call these a pyramid top. So these pyramid tops don't look good to me. So I would say that this one's coming back down. At least to the moving average of 580. But it could be coming down to 562. So again, I think these are gonna drop. Banks, I think, is gonna drop. Oh, this looks like a little house too. Little house, the top of the house, but it's the top. The top of the house, the top. But I think we come down to 580, 572. So look, you want to get some puts? Watch, tomorrow this is gonna be all green. It's all gonna be green like this. It's gonna be a green candle like this. I'm telling you guys, get puts here and here, and there's gonna be a big giant green candle. And then it's gonna be like, oh, you called me a house. Here's a chimney for you. So you call that the chimney house, right? Just to mess with me. But I think that this comes down, breaks down. Here, let's look at lower time frames. All right. So perfect. So hit the 50 on the RSI, rejected multiple times too. That shows you not a healthy stock. All right. What else? On the 4 hour, same thing. Hit that, rejected. Not a healthy stock. Okay. Let's see overall price action. Okay, let's clear that house out. Okay. Let's grab that. Okay. Let's grab that. Okay, so we're in this box here. Lost that box. Okay, now we're going to the 587. Okay, 587. Okay, we're going there. So 587, was that the one I said first? No. Okay, 587 is that low. Okay, and then we go 580. 580 was the one I was saying. And then we go 572. Okay. So this is where we're going. We're going to fill this gap. I think that's where we're going on GS. GS, it's going to fill this gap. Let me see here. Yeah. So it's losing that channel as well. Losing that channel. So losing the channel, gonna come down here 587, 580, and then 572.20. Gonna lose that gap. I mean, it's gonna clear that gap. It's gonna go get that gap. Okay, big volume 2 on here. All right, so hourly. I say if we anything below 601, all right, 601. If this pops up tomorrow for whatever reason, and you can't get past 601, short it all the way down to 580. Easy peasy. Short it to 580. 580, you could even probably get 572, but 580 is a for sure. That 580 is coming. So if you can't get past if you can't get back above 601, you're going to 587 for sure, and then 580 is going to hit, and that's the 100-day moving averages. And if that bounces there, because it's strong, it's so strong they had a gap over it. So they get it. If you can't hold it, you're going straight to that 20 SMA to 575, 573, and then that's where that's going to potentially bounce. So you might get some kind of we might have a B, C correction here, so you might get a little bounce, but then you're going to get another hard down. So that's my thoughts on GS. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. What's next here? Okay, Tesla. Okay, Tesla. All right, Tesla. Tesla. So Tesla's been consolidating here. But the problem is, and I said it in the chat quite a few times, we couldn't get through 350. That's a problem there. We couldn't get through 350. Not once, but twice. Failed it here. And then we bounced back down to 334, 334, and then we came back, broke out to 355, rejected hard, came back inside, topping tail, confirmed that topping tail today. How that 333, 334? Most likely we lose that, and we come down to 320. Okay, 320 is a good area to hold because that moving average is right under it at 318. So that 320, 318, that's going to be a good area to hold. But since we rejected the breakout, there's a high probability that we come back and we gap fill right here at 307.50. Oh, that's 307. Okay, 307. Okay, this might be a gap fill adventures, guys. I don't know. It might be. And we're gonna have to see what kind of news actions are gonna come out tomorrow, or what kind of numbers are gonna come out tomorrow that are gonna fill these gaps. Because the market knows before these numbers come out, it sets them up. So these are set up. So I wish I held my Tesla puts now. So 307 gap fill. 320, very good support though. So that's support on the daily here. Okay. So we lose 334, we go 320. We lose 320, 318, we go 307. I don't think we lose 307 that much. I think we hold because we go 305 max, and then we're going to rally back up to 320. And then once we get back above 320 and hold, then it will be a lot more healthy. But considering this consolidation and we lose it, we go to 320 or even 307, that's going to be hard to get back over that 334. because there was so much support right here. So if we lose it, come back to 320 or even 307, it might be hard to get back over 334. It might take a little while. Tesla might consolidate for a little bit. So is this going to be one of those buy and get back? I don't think so. I think this one's going to come back down, come back up here, consolidate, then probably get back up and then go. So it might be a week or two. Might be a week or two before this one actually breaks out. So, I know I said before that we're gonna go to 400 last week because this consolidation looked good, but market environment changed. When market environment changes, opinion changes. If we're below 334, we're not gonna go to 400 soon. We're gonna go 400 later. Okay. All right. That is Tesla. Okay. All right. PNAW. So PNAW today had earnings. Okay, they beat earnings, but they had what was it? They had bad revenue. So Q3 financial results. Okay. So they beat earnings, but they're lowering their view. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind stocks lowering their view in a time where where the market's pulling back, because you want stocks to lower their opinion in the future when the market's pulling back, because that just shows you that when it comes time again to do earnings, they're going to beat earnings because they lower their view. And that's a smart thing to do, right? Because if you say, "Oh, our view is higher," in a time where markets are falling anyways, then you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot when earnings come up. Okay, so we hit the 50 SMA on the drop, the 200 SMA as well, and we held that, came back up. We were above that. We need to be above that 182.32, because that's weekly support. Now, what is the bigger picture? Well, this is the bigger picture. Bigger picture is we got a squeeze on the weekly. Our size above 50. We have a larger term. We have a larger term bull flag here. Okay. We have a longer term bull flag here. We have a longer term bull flag here with a bullish pennant setting up in here. So this thing doesn't have to go this month. It could go next month and push it. And that's fine, because if the markets pull back this week and next week, whatever it is, and then we go the week after, that's fine. That's going to be almost next month, right? Because we have, 2 more weeks? No, we have a week and a half, something like that, week and a half of the markets. So this one set up still to go next month, okay? On the weekly, we could see, okay, we try to break out here, failed. Okay, try to break out here again, failed. But if we hold this area and we consolidate for a week or two right here, right at that 182 area, we're going to build a bull flag right here inside the weekly. We'll build a bull flag here. And if we could do that, we'll have a monthly bull flag, we'll have a weekly bull flag, and then we could break it out, and then we could try to make a run for that 200. When Palo Alto runs, it runs. So we could make a run for that 200, 210, and 220 area and get that major breakout that we've kind of been waiting for a little while. So we could see that this consolidation here, if we could get that turn and burn up here in this week, next week, that will be this will be a big winner. It would be a huge winner if we could get that, right? The opposite end, we could easily just fall back down here to 170, okay, drop another $10 if the markets are pulling back, and then next week come back over to 182, and then go in like 3 weeks, okay? Either way, I think it looks good overall. I like the squeeze. I like the patterns. I like everything except, obviously the idea that the markets could drop. But I did like the candle today. The bottoming tail shows buyers did step in. Okay, buyers did step in, but I want to see if buyers continue to step in tomorrow on it. If not, okay, we made a mistake. But if we do, that'd be great. If we hold that 182, that'd be fine. We hold that 182, we'll have a bullish Harami, and that will set up for either consolidation or for a push and then consolidation. All right, that's PNAW. Okay. All right. Really gonna ask me about UNH, huh? All right. Trash. That's what I'm saying. I told you guys it might bounce, but it's not gonna bounce too much. Okay. I said that. You guys said it was gonna go 300. It did. Congrats. Take your profits. Get out. I don't understand. I told you that 220. 220 is where I bought it. Where I would buy it. Not here. Not here. It's trash. I still think it's trash. Nothing's changed. It had a dead cat bounce, and it's going back to trash. Okay? You want to buy it, 220. That's where you buy it at. Okay. Okay. All right. Siri. Okay, here's Siri. I had a chance to buy the stock for like, I don't know, 5 cents. Oh my god. Or was it's XM radio. I don't know if it's Sirius XM radio. It was some type of XM radio. I think it was Sirius XM radio. It was like 13 cents a share. Back in the day, they would send me letters all the time. Oh, do you want to buy us for 13 cents a share? I was like, I hate it. I didn't listen to XM radio. I was like, why would I buy that? Look at it now. I was at 81. Now it's at 18. Even at $18, 13 cents a share is crazy. Crazy. Okay. Well, again, that was a long time ago. Okay, well, this is the monthly, and we're at all-time lows. Not all-time lows. We're at least, let me see what. Okay. 52 cents was the low here. Okay, maybe it was 53. I don't know. I swear it was 13 cents. Okay, either way, are you asking me if this is good to buy? You're at 52-week lows. You're at yearly lows. You're at multi-yearly lows. The market's still gonna go a little lower. No strength yet. 20 SMA is acting as resistance still. There's nothing here that tells me it's a buy. It has what? A little bullish divergence, is that? Has a little bullish divergence in here, but if you're not above the 20 SMA, don't buy it. You're gonna get rejected by the 20 SMA continuously. That means it's in a downtrend. And if it's in a downtrend, that means it's going to keep going lower. So you got a bullish divergence, and that's all you have. That's all you have. You don't have anything else here. You got a bullish divergence. You could try your luck on that, but stock used to be $80. It was like, well, it used to be $80. Now it's 20 or $20. Well, sometimes that's good, and sometimes it is what it is. It's just not good company. I don't I don't know anybody who actually I used to pay for it because one of my cars had to get it paid for because it didn't have a radio unless it had XM radio. So it didn't have CD player or it didn't have Apple Play. It just had XM radio. That's all it had. So I had to pay for it in order to drive that car or listen to music at least. But that's the only car. Every other car that I got, I just had it for free. I use it sometimes, but I mean with Apple Play and everything, and everybody having music, I don't understand how this works unless it's like talk shows and podcasts and stuff like that. But otherwise, I don't see this business model going farther. Again, don't like it. 20 SMA keeps rejecting. If you get above the 20 SMA, you could fight with that 50. But once you get above that 50, then it's a for sure buy. So, I mean, above 26, $6. That's only what, $4. I would wait. I would definitely wait. If it's above that, cool. If not, let's see the daily. I wasn't even looking at the daily. Okay. Again, I don't see anything good about it really. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. Okay, Estee Lauder, huh? Estee Lauder, it looks exactly like Siri. I mean, I feel like I'm looking at the exact same chart. It's the exact same chart. It is exactly the exact same chart. I mean, literally. Let me see. Siri. Exact same chart. Exact same price action. Exact same chart. We have a low, then we have a high low, and then consolidation in between the 100 and the 50 day with the 20 SMA right there. Okay, we go to L. We have the same thing, a low, a high, a new low, and consolidation between the 100 day, the 50, and the 20 SMA. Let's see if the weekly is rejecting the 20 SMA. And the weekly is rejecting the 20 SMA. It's exact same chart. Exactly the same. Nothing different. And you're at the lows. If you're trying to find bottoms on these, I mean, I wouldn't. But you never know. You can try it out. Do I see a bottom on this? Oh, I can't even see. It's stopping. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, this one's not even at its lows yet. At its all-time lows. What is that at? 27. Okay, there's no real support here. Okay, monthly. Okay, let's see. Do we have a falling wedge at least? No. Nope. No falling wedge at least. Okay. Yeah, nothing really. Okay, monthly, weekly. Look, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told you about Siri. It's the exact same chart, so it has the exact same problem. Okay, 20 SMA weekly, acting as resistance. Okay, you get past that, cool. You could get past that 50 SMA, that's where you want to buy. $79 versus 63. Okay, it's a little bit more steep, but it's better than buying it at 63 and then having to stop out at 40, 45, 47. So, we have a little bull flag on there, but here it's double topping right here. It's double topping, and it hasn't even hit the 100 SMA yet. It popped off, and here, see, this is double top. You know, you go up, boom, hit it, boom, hit it back on high volume. You're selling off. So if this continues, this is double top. Okay, you don't want a high volume sell every time you hit this area, and then you're coming back. This is telling you it's topping out right here, 67. So, you know, maybe you hold this area. The 20 SMA is curling over, but overall, I need to see more before I like it, and it's not doing enough for me right now. Not doing enough for me right now. Okay. All right. So, XLF. Banks. Okay. So banks. All right. So we got inside here. All right. And what did I say? I said that we're going to go to 51, 50, or 52. I said, but that's about it. I said it wasn't looking strong. Okay. Now, last time we shorted this at 50, made some money. We still got room here. Okay, high is 50.04. Okay, that's the gap fill. We're gonna do the gap fill again. Okay, that's a simple one. So puts the gap fill. I mean, easy. That's easy peasy. If you're looking at this, you're like, okay, there's a gap fill right under me. Market's weak. Okay, that's your target immediately. Gap fill. Okay. Next is 20 SMA, 49.86. Okay. Next, you got your previous breakout here, 49.50. Okay. You probably get there, and then you probably hold. So you either hold at 49.86 or you hold at 49.50. Okay. Either way, you're gonna come back down. So GS, Goldman Sachs, XLF, coming back down. Okay. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. We had an amazing breakout today. Okay. Amazing breakout today, but the problem is market pulled back, right? So we had a breakout of 167. Okay, we closed above there too, so it's not that bad. This previous high though here at 169.35, we closed below that. We did hit our targets. We hit 170.87 and we hit 173.20. Okay, those were our two targets we hit. Did good, then pulled back and closed right at that 168.50. Here's the thing about Google. If we could stay above 167, this is good still. If we could stay above 169, 169.40, it's even better. Okay? It's even better. So, most likely, if the market pulls back, we'll pull back to 167, test it, probably hold it, and then come back up and then set up. I think Google isn't going to be affected as much. I watch one of these candles just comes in tomorrow. Boom. But I think Google isn't going to be affected as much because I think for some reason Google's going to get some good news. It has been getting a lot of good news. I think it's going to get more good news, and I think that it's gonna take off. There's a lot of good news for quantum computers, and Google is a quantum computer stock as well as a cloud stock and a Google search engine and a YouTube and all these. It's also, you know, a quantum computer company as well. So I think it's going to get some good news, and I think that it's going to still keep going. I still see a lot of buying in Google, and I don't think that we're going to tank as bad as everything else I see tanking. And then we're just gonna take a pause. If a pause, we might just keep going. We might just keep going on Google, but we're gonna take a pause at least. Okay. Okay. UAL, pulling back already. Pulling back, it's gonna pull back to 71.25. Okay, it needs a hold there though. Needs a hold there, and then if it's gonna create this inverse head and shoulders, it needs a hold there to come back up above 78. See, the thing about airline stocks is, if you guys remember from the start of this video, of the live session, I told you guys that DIA, which is the Dow, is forming inverse head and shoulders. Remember that? Remember I said that the DIA, the diamonds, the Dow Jones, is forming an inverse head and shoulders, right? So we got one shoulder, we got inverse shoulder, inverse head, and inverse right shoulder. So here we're gonna pull back to this area, and then we're gonna form the right shoulder, and then essentially we're gonna take off to the upside, right? And I said this is gonna help airlines. Why? Because the airlines are in the Dow. They're gonna help Boeing and airline stocks. Now you go to UAL, and what does this look like? It looks exactly like the Dow, right? So it's not coincidence. That's a reason why. So here we got one shoulder here, we got the head here, we got the other shoulder forming right now. So here's your inverse head and shoulders right here. Okay. So is this going to be a buy and it possibly pop to the future? Yes, it is. Same with the Dow. Same with all the other airline stocks. I like Boeing. I like Boeing the best because it's already broke out, and it's been on a what is it called? It's been on a long vacation of rallying, and it needs to start rallying. So I think that's going to be a good one. Here we have the inverse head and shoulders. The Dow, we have the inverse head and shoulders. So whenever these decide to pop, or whenever the Dow decides to pop, this will pop. But it has the same outcome here. It rallied up, dropped hard, now making an inverse head and shoulders setup for a pop higher. The Dow, same thing. Okay, went up, dropped hard, inverse head and shoulders, getting set up to pop higher. Okay, so airline stocks, same thing as the Dow. Dow, same thing as the airline stocks. Okay. Oh, okay. What was that? UAL. Okay. UAL. See that. Okay. Look the same. Okay. APLD. Okay, let's see here. Okay. 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 Got a squeeze on the monthly. It's a very choppy stock. Very choppy. It looks like it's kind of a news-driven stock because it's so choppy. So I don't know if that's true. I don't even know what it does. Corporate digital and cloud service performs artificial intelligence. Cloud service company offers a service. Okay. Well, I don't know why it's so choppy and so sporadic if it's not news driven. It might be news driven. It might be a different type of news driven. It might be other type of news, type of industry driven. Whatever it deals with driven stock that it hears about, whatever industry it is, it pops it up and drops it down. It's a very sporadic stock. It almost moves like a penny stock. It actually does move like a penny stock. I think it is sometimes a penny stock. Anything below $5 is a penny stock. So, look, is this even a company that you would want to invest in? I don't know. Or is it just a very volatile company that you want to play? Those are two different things. Let me see what the market cap is here. 45 million. That's not bad. Not bad. Okay. Well, here's the thing. You have levels. You have multiple levels. Okay. You have $10 level, $7 level, $5 level, $2.80 level. Okay. Right now, you're hitting a 722 level. That is major resistance. Major resistance, and you have 20 SMA, 50 SMA as resistance as well, and you have a 100 SMA as support. Okay, you're in a downtrend here. You're not in an uptrend yet. Uptrend, you got to pass $8.12. Okay, you're not there yet. You're trying to get through a heavy area of resistance, and you're not doing it yet. We didn't do it here, came back down, and rallied up. This one, you came back down here, almost got there, came back up here, testing that, and you're going to see as you're going to get above or not. So if you could get past 722, you could go to 812, okay? 812, 818, okay? And then possibly go to 10. But if you can't, you get rejected, you're going to be chilling right here between 6 and 7 for a little bit. And if that doesn't hold, you come back down to 5. Okay? That's that. Okay. All right. All right, XOM. XOM just doing nothing, right? Doing nothing. You know, it had that nice hard rally, then dropped hard, and here can't get over. It's can't get over the 50 SMA. It's weak. It's weak right here, below 104. No good. That's not good. You know, this is a base right here that you want to stay above. 103.30. Okay, you need to get back above that. 104. Came back above. Okay, you want to stay in here because this is that area that you want to stay above. Right now you're slightly below. You need to bounce off that, come back inside here, come back in this, and then base up. Right now, choppy here, up, then down, and then choppy here. We have a big giant middle base, and these are the outliers. The ups and the downs are the outliers, and you're going to stay in this big choppy thing until it's ready to go one way or the other. Okay. I'm not sure what this is. I will try it out for you. I don't know what it is. Pacer U.S. Cash Cows Growth Fund. Huh? Well, not sure what that does, but easily tell you here on the chart that you're going to go back to this gap fill. Okay. You got topped out what it topped out before, coming back down to 7,205 to that gap fill. Okay, and that's fine. You could do that. It's still going to be it's overall going to be good, but this is where you're going to the moving averages to that gap fill. Okay. Well, this one dropped off hard here, huh? Okay. So we got another UNH. So is this a healthcare stock? Yes, it is. It's a healthcare stock. Of course it is. It's trash. Okay. I told you guys last time. It's trash. You're gonna get a little dead cat bounce, but it's not. It's just a dead cat bounce. It's gonna keep dropping. It's trash stocks. You understand that. This, all of this, okay. So let's see. Okay. So I would not be a buyer until it hit 154 or 131. 161 was iffy. It's iffy. But looking how the price action is here, I don't trust it. It didn't even hit that 161 yet. I don't trust it. I think it still goes lower. I don't trust it. I would be a buyer near here. Otherwise, I mean, happy fishing at the bottoms, but I don't even know if that's the bottom. It's like a lake where you think it's the bottom and then you see it goes deeper. Good luck with that. Okay, UPS. UPS stuck in this consolidation. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed since last week. We got out of it here. We got in it around here. We got out of it here. And it stayed around here for a little bit, but it didn't want to do anything, and it fell back inside. So it's gonna be in this box, probably falling back down here to 93. So UPS, it's in consolidation mode right now. It doesn't want to rally. So leave it be. There's better things out there. Better things out there. Better things out there. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, AMD. Okay, 114.66 is support. It's under that. Okay, 109.40 is the next area of support. Okay, so that's where we're going. 109.50. Okay, 109.40, 109.50. We lose that, we go 103 gap fill. I don't know if we're gonna do that, but that's a possibility. You get back over 114.66. We tried it today and we failed. Okay? So we're not bullish until we're above 114.66. Otherwise, we're coming back to 109 and possibly 107 and then into this gap fill. So down until we get above 114.66. Okay? Same thing with NVIDIA. It's going to pull back. AMD, same thing. Maybe we come back and back test that 20 SMA or whatnot, or that 100 SMA, but it's going to come back. Okay. So the most disappointed of them all, Apple. Just trashy. Okay. It was holding this area of support really well. Then it dropped, put in a nice reversal candle right here, looking like it's gonna pop. Failed. because we had this one, but this one looked like, okay, maybe we get a double reversal candle with all these wicks at this area. Maybe there's a lot of buyers right here. Failed today, dropped down. We're gonna get this gap fill. It hasn't got it yet. We're gonna get that gap fill, maybe even double bottom here and then come back up, but gap fill should hit. And if the markets are gonna pull back, this one should pull back too. And then once it's double bottoms or whatever it needs to do, it needs to come back up. So as of right now, the stock's dead to me, and it died to me today. That's why it's red, because it's dead. Died to me. Okay. 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 TMC. Okay, TMC. Okay. What does this do? What is this? Materials, metal refining, magnesium, exploration, Claritin products, EV, alloy steel. Okay. All right. This one, it sounds like it's tied to like manufacturing with cars and stuff. Let's see. Oops. Let me see. Wrong one. It's materials, but it's Canadian. Energy transmissions and other appliances. Yeah, it has to do with cars. Okay. All right. So it looks like it's doing well on the weekly, at least. Okay. The daily looks fine as well, but it looks like it's gonna take a little breather. Okay, that's good. This looks good overall long term. Okay, long term looks good. Monthly and weekly look good. Okay. Oh, that's cheap. Okay, cheap stock. Okay. 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 Okay, overall, I think this stock looks good. I think it's a little tired here, but I don't think it's done all the way. I think it still could go to 5 and possibly 7. 540 and $7. But I do think that it's tired right here, and I think that it's gonna chop around 4, and it's gonna chop around for a little while, because this candle right here is an exhaustion candle. It says I'm tired. I need a break. So it chop around here, find more buyers, maybe even dip a little back down at 3.82, then come back above here, chop around here, and then make its move to 5. But it's gonna be a little bit, unless some news comes out on it and it gets new legs. But right now, it's showing me that it's tired. Okay. Coin. Okay, coin here. See, coin is right at that breakout point where our level was at that 265, 760 level. It can't break out though. It tried it 1, 2, 3 times. And what's this? Again, we're just looking at it. It's an exhaustion candle telling us, hey, I'm tired. Let's take a break. So coin is probably going to consolidate, maybe pull back a little bit before it goes as well. I still like coin long, but again, you can't fight the exhaustion candles. They're tired. They've been pushing up for a little bit. I know coin hasn't been pushing up that much, but it is hitting a very strong resistance point, and that's what it's saying. It's tired of fighting, so it's going to probably come back a little bit, find some more buyers, consolidate a little bit, and then make its next run to that 300. So I would say unless we get above 265 tomorrow and go, I say that this is any relax and chill sideways to pull back sideways. So sideways pull back sideways. I don't think we're gonna get a drastic drop down or drastic run up. I think it's gonna just stay between 245 and 265, that $20 range, and chop around until it's ready to go. Apple did, Tesla already did. Okay. So I said bull. Okay, bull. Okay, bull, Webull. Okay, Webull. I think I did this one before. We said it was a long-term hold, and that's about it. You know, it's a long-term hold. You know, it's a doesn't really give you too much to work with. Okay, this low here was 10, 9, 10, and you're at 12. Okay, what was this low? 11. Okay, so this is a base that it's creating. It's creating a base right here at $12. So it's going to consolidate here for a little while. If you want to buy it anywhere near 12 bucks as a long-term hold, great. But I wouldn't expect too much out of it right now. It's just basing. It's basing right now. And it's going to be here for a little while. It's going to be here for a little while between 13.50 and 12. And if you buy it up, yeah, cool. But I don't think it's going to move too much. What did it do? So it was at what? 13, then rallied up to what? 18, then sold off, and now we're basing between, see, that previous low of 13.50 is the resistance. So it's basing right there, trying to find more buyers in order to get back up above. But we're below all of our moving averages. It's not looking healthy. So it's basing. I wouldn't get in it below 1160, but it's basing here. I above 12, I like it. All right. Okay, awesome. I already did Google. I did Google already. Okay. What's here? NVIDIA already did. Okay, AMD already did. Okay, let me see. PayPal. Did I do that one? No, I didn't. Oh wait, did I do that one? I think I did do that one. I think I did. Let me see. Look, PayPal. Oh no, I didn't do PayPal. I did something else. Did I? I don't know. But anyways, exhaustion candle. Okay, sideways exhaustion candle. This one's gonna pull back, probably to right here. 70 or 69.97. Oh yeah, I said it was gonna pull back down to 69.97, 69.99. So yeah, exhaustion candle, then you come back there. All right, cool. Rivian, I'm sorry, I don't know names. I only know ticker symbols. Only ticker symbols. I don't know names, just ticker symbols. You guys give me names, I have no idea what it is. Ticker symbols, I know. And if I don't know, I could just type them in. All right, let's see. Okay, so BA. Why do I like BA? Because BA goes like this, and then goes like this, and goes like this. And guess what? We're barely going like this. So chances are that we're going up here to 235 to 50. Very good chances. Because every time we get outside of here, we go here. Get outside of here, we go here. We're getting outside of here. We're going to go here. Okay, our side, good. Everything else is good, good. Okay, nice, strong, good. Outside of this, holding, squeeze, firing. Our side, good. Everything else, good, good. Okay, daily, good. Look, we pull back. We could pull back to 200. I'm not saying we can't. We could easily pull back to 200. 199, 200. But it's only $3 away. It's not that bad. I don't mind holding my longs through that so that it could pop back up for that wave 5 to 220. Okay. That's why I like it. Okay. Okay. RIVN. Okay. All right, perfect. So we did this one last week. I said that we could go to that 1662. Okay. 1662. All right. Now, what is this candle here? Inspect it. This is a indecision bearish harami. Indecision candle with the bearish harami on it. At resistance. At resistance. So if tomorrow this one's down, we're going back to 1527. Okay. If it's up, it's consolidating here. Consolidating. So if you break the low of today at 1602, you're going down to 1527. If you're up, then you're consolidating right here at 1650. And you're going to build a bull flag. Okay. Now let's see. Let's go to lower time frame and we could see. All right. So that's not good. Okay. Let's go to a little higher. See, that's not good. Why is it not good? Is because strong candle, strong candle, strong candle, straight, weak candle, broke the low. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Not too bad on everything else, but that's what it is. So, Rivian, if you're down below today's low at 1602, you go lower. Okay. If you are up at 1650, then you consolidate sideways and you're setting up to go higher. And where's your higher points at? Oh, there's your breakout level. Okay. And then 18 and 1871 are your targets up. But again, you break 16, then you're going 15. Okay. All right, guys. I've been on here for quite a long time. This is the last one I'm doing. I did everybody's, and now everybody's asking me for more. So this is only the last one I'm doing. I'm tired. I gotta feed my dogs. I gotta walk them. I gotta eat myself. Okay. Roblox. Again, what is this one? What did we say this one was again? What did we say this candle was? Exhaustion candle. Okay, exhaustion candle. So if we're in this exhaustion candle tomorrow and we go lower, that means this candle is exhausted. So we either do one of two things. We come here and chop around in this box because it's tired and it needs some rest. Or we pull a little bit more back to this area here. So you're going to be in this area here. And if we get some real strong sell-off, we probably go back to this 20 SMA and then come back up. But this looks like a strong stop. So I think you stay in this zone right here and you chop around until it's ready to break out. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I will thank you for guys stopping by, and I hope to see you guys next week. And thank you guys for coming by, and I hope that we kill it next this week. Good night.